I have to ask that. You're surrounded by all these actors who are like mega crazy fit.
Yes.
Does that kind of put like a little, I don't know, did you feel the need to hit the gym or
Well,
you just...
well, I had no time to hit the damn gym, so you just get jealous, you know, because you see them getting more and more buff, and you're just drinking coffee and trying to stay alive and thinking this is not good for my health, and here they are looking, you know.
Is directing on this good for your, do you gain weight? I don't know, like what's it like?
I have a bad tendency. Everybody copes with the sort of stress of production in different ways. Some people sort of shrink down. I, unfortunately, whenever I'm sort of nervous, go for the muffins and the coffee or something. So I've really got to try and, you know, I put on about 15 pounds and got to try and take it off again now. But it is quite intimidating. I'm 6'1", and I tend to think of myself as, you know, reasonably tall. And on this movie, I've got Hugh Jackman at 6'3". I've got Liev Schreiber at 6'3". I've got, you know, I don't know, Kevin Durand at about 6'7". Everybody's giants, you know. I'm going, now listen, guys, listen to me. And they're all pumped and psyched and crazy.
The circle must have been interesting when you're standing
there.
there.
It's just quite an experience. But good guys, very good guys.
To direct a film, I mean, you directed this amazing film, Kachotsi, and then to kind of go from that to this journey has been really quick, actually. It seems like it's only, what, 5 years?
Yeah, I'd made a couple. This is we joked with my cinematographer, the wonderful Don McAlpine. This was his 50th movie and my 5th. So that kind of tells you right there, you know. He's 74 years old, making his 50th film, and I'm making my 5th film. But I had a fantastic crew, Don and Barry Roberson, the production designer. And, you know, once we all got on what we were trying to make, nobody made me feel like the new kid on the block. They supported me, and they were fantastic. So.
To work on a film where there are so many, I would assume, hands in the, because people want, you know, it's a franchise.
Yeah, there's a lot of expectations, absolutely.
And so how do you, as a director, keep your kind of artistic integrity in the vision that you kind of started off with, and not be kind of, you know, swayed to by focus groups and all that kind of stuff?
Well, it's a very good question. I mean, there's no simple answer to that. I mean, I think the point is, I'm always, when I first got this movie, I always in my work look for what is the guiding theme? What is it that makes me want to make this movie? And I need to be true to that. And if I feel we're veering off from that idea and it's becoming either glib or, you know, that's what pulls me back. So what's the guiding idea? What I fell in love with was the idea from that great line of Wolverine's, I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do best isn't very nice, which I took to mean a character that has a certain sense of his own inner nature not being quite what he'd like it to be, having a certain discomfort with his tendency to violence and his desire to pull back the claws, and the claws therefore a kind of physical manifestation of this inner conflict in a mythic way. He wants to lash out at the world, which we all do at times, and at the same time he wants to pull back. So that gives you a tone. I don't know if you sense it, but there's a tone to this that is actually rooted in real human emotion. And as long as that sense of struggle is what is pulling him in different directions. As long as you maintain that and package it with great spectacle and give it great action. But if that emotional core is there, then that kept me focused. And of course, there are times when people disagree with where you're going, and half your job is to kind of persuade them that we're actually all on the same team. And then there are times when people say things to you that are better than an idea that you had. And you know, people don't like to say this. You know, it's as if you sort of have this stubborn notion that everybody else is an idiot and only one person knows what's going on. Well, that's not true either. That's just stupid, because there is this time when you're arguing A and someone else is arguing B, and then you get to see it. It's better than both of your ideas. And that's the point of collaboration. It's with smart, talented people. So it's never an easy answer to your question. I hope I didn't give too long an answer.
Yesterday, when we had the screening, I was really impressed with the fact that you came in the front and you did this introduction, and you referenced the fact that this is the way to see the film. And,
thank you for coming to see it in the way that we wanted it to be seen.
And so I don't know if you can kind of address that in the sense, because here's a film that everybody's anticipating. It's a tentpole film. Yeah. It got leaked, you know, so
it got leaked,
and this is a scary sign of the times where things like this happen. So, or not, you know, like
it's certainly, you raise a very good point. I mean, how we're going to deal with this in the future? We're going to have to deal with this, or the big movie is going to collapse, because these things cost so much money that if they can't figure out how to manage the revenue streams because it gets stolen, it's a real problem for tentpole type movies. But that aside, on a purely personal level, it just is a hell of a shock. You know you're going to be judged on your work. You're expecting that. That's enough pressure. But you'd just like to please be finished and say, I'm happy for you to judge it now. Do you mind if I just get done? It's no different to anyone writing an exam at school. You're not going to get marked. You're going to get marked. You just let me finish. You know, don't grab it. And so that was a shock. because that version that went out isn't finished. Somebody's nicked something 2 months before you're done. None of Harry's music is in. It's all temp music. I think I mentioned last night, 400 visual effect shots that aren't done out of the 1,000. So you're not getting what we want, and you're getting a half res. It's low res because I'm working on the computers. I haven't yet up-resed it to be full color. It's just not a finished product, and it was tremendously disappointing that it happened. On the other hand, it's quite flattering because people still seem to like what they saw, the bastards who ripped it off. But most people and most fan sites I want to thank, because they've been great at saying, come on, this is not good for us. We want to see the movie the way it was intended. So thank you for coming last night to see it on the big screen, and I hope it didn't disappoint you.
The audiences will definitely go check it out on the screen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
really
much.
nice talking to you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you too.
Thank you.